Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about something that we really do need to have a serious conversation about. And, we see it all over social media, and it's this massive obesity problem that we do have in the strength world. And it's not just powerlifting, it's strongman, and you see it with all the world's strongest man competitors. And, people will say, well, they're just absolute beasts, and it doesn't matter if they're unhealthy. It doesn't matter if they're going to die really young. And I don't like that. I think this is a problem. And I think the reason it's a problem is that the whole lifting world, is always supposed to be about physical culture. It was supposed to be about fitness. And I'm not saying competition is necessarily healthy, because we all understand that competition itself, that competing and winning will take priority over your health to a large degree. But I think when we get to the point to where we have strength athletes who are exceeding 300 pounds body weight, okay, I think this is a problem. And I think it sets a bad example when we have such an enormous obesity crisis and an obesity epidemic. And we do need to understand this is by far the leading cause of death in America. Okay? I mean, we might highlight a lot of other stuff in the news. Okay? We highlight a whole lot of stuff that gets in the news, of risk and concerns and fears. And we make laws and policies about so many other things, but what are the three leading causes of death? Okay. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes. All right? Those three things, any one of those three things by itself, the death toll exceeds all other stuff below them combined. Okay? We need to be clear. You take everything, car accidents, homicides, you just add it all up. They're still lower combined together than any of those three things by itself. This should be our number one policy concern. I mean, if safety and saving lives is a concern, this should be our number one concern. Because what causes all these things? Well, obesity is the biggest factor. Is it the only factor? No, but it's by far the largest. And yes, people are like, what, cancer? I'm like, yes, absolutely. If you are morbidly obese versus being at a healthy body weight or body fat, almost every type of cancer, your chances of getting it increase at least fivefold. Okay? We need to be very clear on that. And there's causation. We know why it happens. Okay? So when you start looking at these things, when we see strength athletes who are carrying these enormous amounts of not just body weight, but body fat, because a lot of the body weight muscle gain can offset some of these risks. And I'm not saying we should be 350 pounds of muscle either. Okay, I'm not saying that. It is a much lower risk per pound, and it can offset some of the risk, like diabetes, for example. All right, muscle is protective against it. Body fat can help create it. So this is a massive concern. So then when we see these people, these strength athletes who do this, and then we're starting to see the bragging about it. I mean, I've seen stuff to where they brag about calling themselves CPAP bros. Guys are all on CPAPs. Okay? Some of that due to the excessive gear use, which is also causing their neck muscles to hypertrophy too much. This is a concern, and we need to be thinking about this. We need to be thinking about this because it does set a bad example when this causes so much widespread harm. And when we're at a point where the lifting and athletic and fitness world now has this is a problem. And I always thought it was fascinating. People always accused me of being fat when I wasn't really fat by any conventional metric. Before I started cutting and getting leaner, I'm like, why aren't you guys calling these other people out? Why aren't you calling out these strongman competitors? Right? Because they're highlighted everywhere, millions and millions of followers. It's promoting a lifestyle that's detrimental. And I don't know how we change it. How do we change it? Do we need these communities to start setting caps on body weight, start setting caps on body fat? But that's never going to fly, because the fans support it and they love it. And I think that's a big part of the problem. How many of the fans, just like with the bodybuilding death cult, the fans demand it and they think it's amazing. And then when people come in, that's the thing, I've seen other coaches and lifters come and discuss this in comments on their social media. The fans will attack them. They'll be like, who cares? I want to see them be a beast. But it's killing them and they're dying from it. Again, this is a problem, and I don't know what the solutions are. But people have to start talking about the problem. Before we can come up with solutions, we need some of us out here, more of us saying, hey, this isn't good. This isn't really okay. We shouldn't be setting this example. Because until we bring awareness to it and really bring it to the forefront in these communities, how do we come up with solutions? Because as of right now, the fans love it and the fans eat it up. And of course they do, because we have a society that's fat and obese and sick. We have a society that's sick. I mean, imagine what it's like to have to go to bed in a CPAP every night. Or how many of them, they've got an insulin pump. They're diabetic. Right? That's the problem these strength athletes are having. I mean, not that we're not seeing this in the bodybuilding world, even among some of those who are even leaner. But again, the quality of life. They're paying a heavy toll for this. They're paying a heavy toll for this to carry that much body weight, and then particularly body fat. I mean, and it would be different if they were a lot leaner. But I feel like it's gotten out of control. We saw a whole phase of a lot of them, they were getting leaner, but then they're all getting fat again. And they're dying. And they're dying in the pursuit of strength. And I love strength. I think strength is a noble pursuit. I'm a massive fan of the pursuit of strength. But not at this cost, not at this price. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.